Jedi Luke, or Jabba's Palace Luke, or Death Star 2 Luke, however you want to call it, has had a difficult history in modern Star Wars collecting, meaning, Power of the Force 2 onward, 1995. It's not just because he does have two distinct looks, right? He's got his bodysuit from the Death Star, and he's got more of his tunic from Jabba's Palace. It's the fact that, and I made a video about this a while ago, how every modern Jedi Luke has had a black on black when it really should be more like the vintage figure. His vest is brown. He has the brown vest. They got it right in the vintage line. So here's the. It took until the vintage line before we finally got a Jedi Luke that was screen accurate as far as a black outfit and a brown vest. The last time we got that was, in 1983. But that's not what we're going to talk about today. Well, it is, because we're going to talk about an even more notorious Luke. The most notorious of them all. Tan Vest Luke from Power of the Force 2. I'm going to tear this baby open live on the internet. Right here on Spector Creative. Hey guys, welcome back to Spector Creative. I'm Scott Toy Guru Neitlich, lifelong toy pop culture nutcase guy, and also a professional, because many toy companies have paid me to, as an employee, like Mattel and Jada and Entertainment Earth, and there's a smattering of others. That's just what makes this channel have a unique voice. What you're here for, because you clicked on it, is hopefully to talk about Jedi Luke. Hey, so this is the Power of the Force 2 Jedi Luke. The one that was first released on a yellow or gold card, and then a green card. So it had a hollow foil. He had a special version released at the if you bought a ticket for the special edition of Return of the Jedi, and you happen to be at the right theater at the right moment at the right time, like I was in 1997, and I got one of the Luke Skywalker theater editions. It was the same figure, just on a unique card. Alas, after years of having it, the glue ran dry, and literally the blister card fell off the card back. So, the whole point of having Jedi Luke on a unique card back was ruined. I was, so upset, because I was so excited that when I did get it, I just happened to be, I think we were actually seeing Empire at the Irvine Spectrum. And when we were seeing Empire for, the fourth time was when they started selling tickets for Jedi. And so we left the end. We were in line for Empire, but we just, left our backpacks there and went to the ticket booth to buy Jedi tickets. And lo and behold, that was the moment when they were handing out the Jedi Luke figures free with a Jedi ticket. Anyway, that's just a fun story, and, further proof that I'm a toy crazy nut. So this figure, while not screen accurate for a couple reasons, one, because it's a black cloak with a black outfit underneath, and he also has on his glove, which he does not get until after he's in Jabba's palace. He doesn't wear the glove until he puts it on in his X-Wing on the way to Dagobah. But, much like the vintage figure, which also had the gloved hand. Whoops, there we go, that hand. So, yeah, screen accuracy, what are you going to go for? But that's why they have the vintage series. And I want to draw attention on this one, because you'll see he does have two different colors. It's like a gray on a black. This is the most screen accurate Jedi Luke they've done. They've done a whole bunch. I mean, this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. But yeah, they just kept putting out black cloaks, and all black, like geese, I guess you would call it, what he's wearing, the tunic. So yes, it is a two-colored tunic in the movie. This is accurate, versus, the vintage figure. This is actually the retro one, but same thing. Was just black on black, and so was Power of the Force 2. So when this guy came out, this was an error. Right? Much like the long lightsabers that came with figures. At first, the lightsabers were like a good half-inch too big, and they shrunk them. And those of us who were buying Power of the Force 2 from the very beginning, a lot of us were lucky enough that, yeah, I actually have all of the long lightsaber figures, which is kind of cool. It's because I was there. That was the figure I bought thinking it was the, we didn't know it was going to change to a short lightsaber. So it's cool when you get a variant like that. And the same thing happened with this Luke. It first started shipping with a tan vest, but then they corrected it to black, when actually really the tan is a lot closer to, well, it's weird. I get like a reflection there. There we go. Like the tan is a lot closer to what it actually is, because it is two-toned. And, the figure we wound up with is single-toned. So this figure, so so this was a mistake. So they made a running change and corrected it to this figure. And this was one of those variants I never got. I was lucky enough to get the half-circle Boba Fett. Again, much like the long-sabered Jedi, or, there's Luke, Vader, Obi-Wan, and then Dagobah Luke and X-Wing Luke, or really Snowspeeder Luke, all had the long lightsabers. But so, yeah, like I said, I got those as just, that was my figure that I bought, not knowing it was going to be, an early variant. And the same thing with the half-circle Boba Fett. This one, though, I just couldn't find. And it was going for $200 at the time. And I said, one day I'm going to get this. And I was at McKay's in Winston-Salem, which, shout out for that, is one of the coolest stores on this planet. It's just such a heartbreak that they left Greensboro, but they moved it to Mabin. I don't know. There's one in Mabin and one in Winston. They're all 40 minutes. The one in Greensboro was 10 minutes. Oh, more's the pity. But, McKay's is an amazing store, and I got this for $12.99. Basically twice the cost of the retail. Considering, it used to go for several hundred. I don't know what it's going for on eBay. I don't think it's going for that much. But the fact that I was able to find it at a store, and it was on my list of things that, like, I really, there's a couple figures I need to pick up to really complete my collection. I missed this one. There's like a couple of the Disney Protocol droids, and then the nefarious Boba Fett with grapple hook from 2012, the Movie Heroes one, and the Darth Maul episode 1 3D packaging. Yeah, that one that only shipped to Canada. It's like the one figure I'm still missing. So if you have it, hey, hit me up. I'm looking to make a deal. But yeah, so I never got this one. And we're going to open it up right now. Figure that once went for $200. I don't know what it's now, but now it's worth nothing. It's no longer in mint condition. Oh, wow. I have waited 30 years, 29 years. Wow, to get this variant. Look, I'm doing it live. You're seeing my reaction. Oh, that's cool. Look, see, the back actually looks great. I think the two-tone looks so much better. I mean, again, so this is what it here, let me take his brown cloak off. All right, so here's the most movie accurate, the vintage series. So yeah, it's like, let's turn them all around. Turn around. Whoops, where's the, sorry, vintage. So yeah, it's like, the vintage one, you do get the two-tone. I guess not all the way up his back, but it is on the front. So you get it in the like the cross, like the second part of the tunic. It's a really cool variant. Yeah, I mean, it's noticeably different. They both have the exact same. Oh, better not mix them up. All right, this was the one that went with the new one. This is old one. So, all right. Yeah, I mean, these are obviously, there was no change to these. I'm going to put this one over here so I know it goes with the new figure. I know, funny that, like, I don't want to mix them up. I don't want to put the old one and the new ones. I want to keep it, like, as it is. And, of course, the lightsaber. Oh, God, when's the last time I opened a Power of the Force 2 figure? It's a long time. Wow, cool. There we go. Finally got it. After 29 years. Tan-vested Luke will now join my collection. I'm probably going to put this one like right top of my my shelf for a little while. Enjoy it, because, yeah, I've been waiting a long time for this one. A long time. All right, well, you still hunting for this guy? Did you get him when he came out back in, 96? Let me know in the comments below. Are you still hunting for it? What do you think? Is this a variant worth getting? Let me know, and if you know anyone else who would enjoy watching a video about this, hey, repost this on your social. Share it with them. It's the best way to support this channel. I appreciate it. Thanks for spending some time with us, and I'll see you guys in the next video.